Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Retirement na naman ang ating pag-uusapan for this episode. More specifically, kung ano ang pwede mong gawin to prepare to build a decent retirement here in Canada if you arrive here in your 40s. Kasi marami pong nag-aalala, naku, masyado na akong matanda, kulang na ang oras ko to prepare for a good retirement. Tignan natin ang inyong options. Sa kakausapin po natin ay si Mahel Antonio. She is a registered retirement consultant and a real wealth manager. Ayan. Welcome back, Mahel. I'm sure marirecognize ka ng iba nating viewers.
Thank you so much, Ina, for having me again here.
Yan. Okay, sige. Sabi ko kay Mahel, baka mabitin kami sa oras, kaya I'll get right to it. I guess the first question is it doable? Can someone arriving in Canada, an immigrant in their 40s, mid-40s, is there still time for them to prepare for a decent na lang ang goal natin, decent retirement?
Of course, right? Just by the way, disclaimer, everyone needs to talk to their financial advisor kasi retirement is very unique, okay? So each and every one of us, we have a very unique retirement that we should go and take a look later on kung kailan ka na magre-retire, which is hindi tayo pare-parehas ng mga gusto sa buhay, mga lifestyle, whatsoever. So to answer your question, Ina, yes, you can. 40 years old, kasi you have at least 25 years to still save for that period. There's a lot of time for still build wealth, okay? But at the same time, dapat very discipline, di ba? Magko-commit tayo. And of course, having said that, meron tayong mga tinatawag na mga plans that we need to really start as early as possible.
Yeah.
Para sa akin, there's no such thing as it's too late.
Okay.
When is the next best time, di ba? Ang sabi is now. So when you start something today, of course, you can harvest later on.
Okay. Actually, buti sinabi mo yan, parang a plan. Kasi I had an earlier episode about, talking about the realities of retiring here in Canada. May mga nagtatanong doon, they really want to know specifics. Okay, Mahel, I have a modest income. At the very least, saan ko dapat ilagay ang maliit kong pwedeng iset aside for my retirement? Is there a government program, a plan, anything that you will suggest?
Absolutely, for sure, absolutely, and that's my job. Okay, so I'm going to do a phase in retirement. Number one is yung pre-retirement. Yan yung early years of, again, as what your example could be, maybe 40, but as early as possible. We're not talking about na parang dapat may a certain number or age. No, as early as possible, start this, and we're going to talk about those later. Yung mga RSP. Available yan, TFSA, that is private, meaning you can use that, avail that, and then later on you can use that as your retirement supplement. And of course, meron tayong mga investment, right? Your own self-directed investment. Papasok din syempre sa pre-retirement ang life insurance. Bakit? Kasi you need to protect yourself and our family. We're in Canada, right? We have lots of liabilities here. And of course, you need to have a house. Later on sa retirement, pag-uusapan din natin kung bakit mahalaga tong mga sinabi ko sa pre-retirement.
Okay.
Now, another phase that we're going to talk about is, of course, yung retirement stage itself. In Canada, 65 years old yung standard age. But
Standard.
Okay. Yeah, and it might change by the way. Kasi ang rules, it could change. Why? Because government change, laws can change. So a lot of things can change along the way. So as this moment, as we speak, 65 years old yung standard age dito sa Canada. Some people would retire early, okay? They can, as long as they have proper financial planning.
Yeah.
Diba? So, and of course, the last is yung post-retirement. Kung mahalaga ang retirement sa atin, mahalaga din ang post-retirement. Kasi
what's post-retirement?
I know, right? So, ang post-retirement, you have to understand na this time, ito na yung mga yung RSP mo, mapupunta na siya sa ref, right? And of course, kailangan mo ng estate planning, kailangan mo ng will sa Canada kasi
Okay.
how are you going to dispose all this like wealth that you build, but later on to dispose that, it could actually have it trigger a capital gain, or in Tagalog, magkakatax ka. Ano yun? Nang hindi natin alam yon kung hindi natin ginawa yon in this phase. And last but not the least, napakahalaga din na alam natin na sa will, involve yung mga personal directive at saka power of attorney. Bakit? Kasi later on, sa ating retirement, magkakaroon na tayo ng, of course, our health deteriorate over time, then yung ating mind deteriorate over time. Who will take care of us? Who will take care of our finances? Who will take care of our health? Sinong magdi-decide para sa atin? So, yun yung aking ginagawa.
Naku, ang dami pala, no? Ang dami mo rin kailangang paghandaan.
Hindi naman overwhelming, pero kailangan lang, as what you said, dapat alam mo kung nasang ka na para alam mong paghandaan.
Okay. I guess for just to simplify our episode, let's go for the pre-retirement and retirement.
So, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sige.
Alright.
So, ano ang first step? You know, I'm sure you've had clients, you know, someone ask you, Mahel, kakadating ko lang dito. And I'm aware that I need to, you know, do something to prepare for my retirement already. Anong una kong gagawin?
So, first of all, bagong dating ka sa Canada, you have to, of course, know yung mga benefits na available sa atin. Okay? So, very handy ang website of Canada. This is canada.ca. So, I'd like everyone to get used to reading all those like very important information, okay, doon. And of course, maganda talaga na you have to have a financial advisor. I always believe that if you actually work with someone who knows what, you know, that is their job di ba? So, what I cannot tell exactly anong plan dapat meron ka. Kasi ganito yun hindi ko alam anong lifestyle ang gusto mo later. Hindi ko alam saan ka titira later. So, bakit? Kasi in Canada, kahit nasa Canada tayo, iba-iba ang tax bracket ng ating provinces.
Alright.
So, let's say ako, nasa Alberta ako, ibang tax bracket ng nasa Toronto. So, if I move to Toronto, it will be a different tax bracket. Also, we have to take consideration, this is very important, kasi building wealth is important, but you know, yung wealth eroders are very important as well.
Ano yun?
Yun nga, so very important to know that there's 3 wealth eroders. Those are the taxes, inflations, and fees. So, pag tayo nag-retire, whether you like it or not, we still have to pay taxes, correct? And then, of course, we have to, also take consideration na yung value ng money natin today, it's not gonna be that later on pag nag-retire tayo kasi of the inflation. And of course, fees, right? When we build our wealth, of course, we put that into a plan na may possible na, you know, in Tagalog lumago, it build, but at the same time, those are merong attached na mga fees doon, alright?
Okay.
So, para sa akin, ang pre-retirement, you have to have like an RSP, okay? What is that? A registered retirement plan. When you say registered, you can actually avail that sa any financial institution, and because it's registered, usually tax exempt siya as long the fund remains in the plan. That means that once the plan started, you know, like you started using the plan, which is the RSP, that's when you get taxed. Okay? So yung growth niya, hindi siya tataksan. So you can put, you know, your start to put savings in there at 18% of your income from last year. Yun yung pwede mong i-contribute to the max of, say, 31,560 per year. Yun yung maximum na pwede mong i-put sa RSP. Next, at saka ang maganda sa RSP, lalo na ang mga kababayan natin na merong silang company na they match the RSP, please make sure that you avail that kasi it's a free money. your employer is giving you a match on your RSP. Okay? So,
Oh.
I'd like everyone to know na maganda yung plan na ganyan. Now, at the same time, of course, tax deductible din yung iyong contribution. So, it will reduce the tax that you are going to pay. Yan ang
Yeah.
RSP. Okay?
All
And then,
right.
yeah, so now, yung TFSA is very, very important din para sa akin. Bakit? You need a emergency funds, di ba po? Pag tayo ay knock on the wood, nagkasakit, kailangan natin ng something to replace yung income natin. And that is, para sa akin, you have to have a tax-free savings account. Now, you can use this as also a tool for your retirement later on kasi, of course, it grows money tax-free. And anytime you contribute, wala po siyang deductibles for your tax, but every time that you withdraw the money, hindi mo na kailangan magbayad ng tax. The third things that, third na I would suggest is, of course, some people, they want to have their own self-directed investment. Okay? Now, the only catch with self-directed investment is actually, it will subject to tax on income. Okay? So, let's say na meron kang, you like to do investment, by all means, but here in Canada, it will actually have a tax on the income of that growth. Ngayon, it will realize a capital gain each year. Oo. So, again, I'm not an investment specialist. Please talk to someone who's, who would like to have that kind of plan. And of course, napakahalaga ng number 4, life insurance. Bakit?
Okay.
Kasi, like in Canada, as what I said to you, we have like liability, we have families, we have, like jobs, we have like, those income that we need to replace in the event that we passed away. So, we need to have a coverage. Whatever insurance you have right now is the best insurance you have. Keep that. Now, there's a lot of like life insurance na nakakalimutan ng i-review. Would you agree? And because of that, we miss those opportunity. Yung mga benefits nila ay hindi nare-review ng mga financial advisor or the person who actually bought the insurance has no clue na meron palang benefits yung plan niya. So talk to a financial advisor with regards to that. Kasi permanent life insurance na in Canada, there's what we call it a cash value. Now, this information, again, please go and check that sa canada.ca. Last is yung house. Bakit kailangan ng house? So, this is not actually an investment. It's one of the important dwelling. That's where we're going to actually stay or hopefully retire. Kasi sa retirement, we cannot, control what would the landlord would do with regards to our housing. So if we're renting, we are in the mercy of the landlord. Ibig sabihin nun, pwede nilang taasan yung renta na yon o pwede nilang ibenta yung bahay nila. So what's gonna happen to us once we retire at wala tayong proper financial planning, especially yung mga sinabi ko, at wala din tayong house, we're gonna have really have a big challenge, and that's gonna be a big problem, Ina.
Tungkol dun sa house, Mahel, ano rin kaya, could having a house, even if you've not fully paid for it, by the time you retire, could it be kumbaga safety mo because you've built equity by that time, and in case kulangan ka ng pondo, kumbaga you can use that in a way to augment your retirement fund?
Yes and no. Yes, malaki yung potential niya, but at the same time, again, I keep on saying like go back to your financial advisor kasi with regards to those, hindi kasi natin pwedeng gamitin ang ating bahay as a financial supplement later on. Bakit? Kasi kailangan pa rin nating tumira sa bahay, di ba? Pero may option. Yes, you are correct. May possibility, especially if you are in yung credit and everything mo is good. Of course, they also always based on your yung iyong health sa credit. Why did I say that? Kasi kahit you own the house, okay, later on, and once you want to go and get some money out of the house, they still have to go and check yung credibility mo on how to pay back, di ba po? So, HELOC is good, is home equity line of credit, which is you actually basically ano bang hindi magandang word sa sangla, but you're kind of like kinokolateral mo yung bahay mo doon sa bangko. Ang catch doon, syempre, in the event that you passed away, the first actually that needs to be paid is the bank, and then the rest of the money in your house would be given to your estate.
And then we have, of course, yung alam natin makukuha nila from the government, like the old age pension, and ano pa ba itong isa?
So, yan na yung retirement. CPP, old age.
CPP, okay. Would that be enough, Mahel? Palagay mo in the future, sapat na sa akin yun. Will it help me? I mean, komportable na ba ako no, when I retire?
I'll be honest, that's not gonna be enough. Why?
No.
Because but it's still better than nothing, though. I'm not discouraging everyone. Please, the actually even like how much very comfortable kang start from whatever I said, it's actually a very good start. Okay, bakit? Kasi as what you mentioned, Ina, now we're on the retirement phase. At the age of 65, would you agree? We're not that healthy anymore. We're not that strong to go back to workplace. Or some people still work because they are happy, good job, right? But what if some people can't, right? So may mga public pension na available sa atin, guys. Okay, number one is yung CPP. Ang CPP po ay retirement pension po siya sa Canada na nagpo-provide po siya ng income replacement. Ibig sabihin nito, nagtrabaho po tayo kaya po natin pwedeng mai-avail ang CPP. So let's say husband and wife, si mommy ay nasa bahay lang, si daddy nagtatrabaho. Si mommy wala po siyang CPP kasi hindi po siya nagtrabaho at all. So yung ganun po ang CPP. CPP, employed ka or self-employed ka, and it replaces your retirement income later on. Now, of course, depending on how much or how long you contributed, that's how much you are going to actually receive as well. So, merong nabanggit ko kanina, some people like to retire early. Good for them. Wala namang masama na mag-retire early as long as you have enough fund for you for the rest of your retirement. Now, meron kasing CPP na you can start at the age of 60 years old.
Okay.
Then, it will decrease yung benefits mo. Okay? So, you don't get like the full benefits. Meron din naman po na tao na, of course, tayo, we like to still work. So, if you start later on your CPP, which is the opposite of what I explained previously, 65 years old older, yung payments nyo naman pong marireceive will increase naman po.
Alright. Okay. And then the other one, yung old age.
Yung old age, ayan. So, okay. So, CPP number 1. Number 2, available po sa ating lahat ito ha, guys. By the way, you need to apply. Hindi po siya automatic na would go to your mail. So, lahat po ng mga 65 years old today, if you're listening, please, those are the available CPP. If you're working, you need to apply po. Okay? Number 2 is old age security. Ang old age security, Ina, is actually a pension coming from the government of Canada, but this is based on your stay in Canada.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to work. Hindi mo kailangang nagtrabaho. Katulad ng example ko kanina, si daddy nagtatrabaho, si mommy hindi nagtatrabaho, but both of this couple will receive old age security. Right. Now, having said that, ang old age security po ay hindi po siya yung parang, I'm in Canada, I should receive this. Again, sabi ko po kasi based on age, stay siya sa Canada, ang minimum po niyang requirement is you need to be here 10 years. Or more for you to be able to actually get these benefits. Now, number 1, you must be a resident of Canada. So, let's say you are, just coming here for, a work, at hindi talaga siya, you are not a resident. Unfortunately, even you are here more than 10 years, you cannot receive old age security. You need to be a resident of Canada. We cannot be
Oh,
residents.
all right.
Canadian
Okay,
citizen.
okay.
And meron din po siyang another additional for low income, support din to. Once you apply for old age security, they would assess your income.
Mhm.
So they're gonna go and see if you're actually below the income bracket, which is, we call it low income. Again, we can take a look of that sa Canada.ca. Nandun po yung numbers ng mga low income. How do I know I'm a low income? Nandun po siya. So ang tawag po dito ay guaranteed income supplement. Binibigay lang po siya sa mga taong nag-i-start na mag-avail ng old age security. Ibig sabihin po nito, hindi po tayo makakatanggap nito unless meron po tayong old age security na tinatanggap. Okay, so again, this rule can change po kasi at this moment, I just read na ang old age security is start at the age of 65, but they are planning of start na sa 2019 na magiging 67 na po yung old age security. So I don't know, it might go and change later on po. So ibig sabihin po nito, yun po yung mga available sa atin. Na galing po sa Canada, hindi po galing sa out of our pocket.
All right. So again, if I do follow everything you've just said, RRSP, TFSA, meron akong makukuhang old age, meron akong CPP, a little personal investment, what kind of retirement would I have then? Sige, mahal, sinunod ko. So would that give me a pretty comfortable retirement already?
Yes. Actually, it would. Why? Kasi it would at least have those area na pwede nating i-supply later on. Kasi alam natin na ang old age security and CPP are not gonna be enough to replace our income. Would you agree?
So, kasi parang yung old age and CPP, in total, ang average lang yata nun, just more than $1,000 a month.
Yes,
right?
correct. Especially, paano kung sabi mo nga, dumating lang siya dito at the age of 40, right? So, 25 years, for us to be able to get the full old age security, you need to be here more than 40 years.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are correct. Kulang siya. So, what's gonna happen, Ina, as what I said dun sa mga yon, meron ding option actually. Isa is yung coming from a RSP, TFSA, di ba, sinabi ko, investment and so on. And then yung life insurance na meron siyang cash surrender value. Kasi what happened is that it could have a supplement. Again, guys, supplement doesn't mean na yun lang ang dapat mong kainin, di ba? Supplement means vitamins. You can add, right? It will actually help you later on. So, according to Canada.ca, there's a permanent life insurance in Canada, which is like, I can actually show you later sa Canada.ca, that it builds a cash value. Ibig sabihin ng cash value na yon, you can actually get a loan onto that plan or use that as a collateral later on.
Yeah, okay, that's nice, all right.
Parang ang idea din po is para din pong sa bahay. You got a house, you got a HELOC, right? Ito naman po, you have a very established permanent life insurance, and because meron po siyang cash value inside the plan, you can use that as well to supplement your retirement income. Pandagdag po dun sa mga sinabi ko.
All right. I guess, Mahela, no? Time is of the essence when you do this. Kasi nga, syempre, hindi rin naman kasi mablame natin, Mahel, yung mga newly landed immigrants, lalo na kakadating lang dito, mag-a-adjust pa lang, tapos idadagdag na agad, syempre, sa isip nila yung retirement. But that's the reality. I have to say, diba? Ganun lang talaga. So, I guess, the earlier, the better.
Yes, and dapat, committed ka. Hindi pa pwedeng just because you want, again, as what I said, regret comes, di ba, later hindi naman right now. So, you have to be, at early age, talk to someone, please don't talk to your coworker or whatsoever, kasi they don't also have a financial advisor. Proper financial planning needs also people, to work with you, work with a lawyer, work with someone to do your will, right? Work with financial advisor who can actually advise you where to start, right? Please get life insurance. Why? Kasi I don't want to be a burden to my family, and when I passed away. Bakit? Kasi I don't want to go fund me, di ba? So
Yeah,
bakit siya
oo.
hindi ito na mahirap at the beginning. Dapat aware ka kung ano yung mga options mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Alin doon yung komportable kang mag-start. Lahat yun is available sa atin. But doesn't mean na, syempre mga iba na-i-stress, saan ako mag-i-start? Pero teka lang, kailangan mong makipag-usap sa someone na would actually create a financial planning for you. Diba? And hindi naman mahirap. Most of the time, financial advisor is available. They don't, they just would like to talk to you as well, diba? So, huwag kayong matakot. Reach out to someone, especially if you already have a financial advisor. Please review your policy. Kasi, once we got a policy, sometimes may mga benefits na tayo doon na mi-miss natin yung opportunity to grow the money there, or yung may potential na mag-build ng wealth. So, make sure na alam natin ang ating mga plans, right? Kasi nga, we bought it at the beginning, tapos along the way, no one is reviewing our policy. So, it's really important din po na kahit meron na po kayong RSP, TFSA, investment, pag hindi po rin po nare-review, medyo malaki din po yung impact neto later on. Kasi hindi nyo alam saan napapunta yung plan na yon, di ba po?
Okay. Again ang mga suggestions po na present ni Mahel is just to help augment, your fund in the future. It does not guarantee, kasi hindi naman namin alam kung anong mga tipong lifestyle ang gusto po nating lahat sa retirement. We cannot say. But at least, definitely, this will help you be a bit more comfortable retiring in Canada. Last question na lang, Mahel. What do you say to those who might tell you, Diyos ko, liit-liit ng sweldo ko dito sa Canada, uunahin ko pa ba yan? Is that a good reason not to attend to these things early?
Ayun nga di ba? Well, unfortunately, we need to pay ourselves first, right? I know na very tight lahat, especially nowadays, especially lalo na kung kararating lang natin galing sa Canada, right? But we need also invest in ourselves, di ba? Kasi we're not going to work and be strong enough to work at that retirement age. So what's gonna happen is that pagka when our bodies start to we get older, right? So kung kulang na yung pera natin today, we need to also budget, try our best to just even put some percentage into your income towards these things that I said. Most of the time, pagka kaya nga nating magbayad ng ng cellphone, di ba? So I'm sure naman hindi wala pa na we're going to put aside something for our own, ourselves, our own family. So, if you're going to focus on that, medyo mas magiging magaan yung loob mo, put aside a little bit. You know what? Like kahit $10, $20, $30, it start, something small. Right? Yung discipline na yon, it will be a habit for you. So, putting that aside long term, it has more impact than nothing at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Better than nothing. Oo nga naman, ano ba naman yun? 20, 30, 40, gawin na natin kahit maliit lang, 'di ba? Wag niyong isipin, baka kasi gusto nila, hindi, gusto ko malaki na yung gagawin ko.
Ay, hindi.
Nako, kung hihintayin niyo yun, baka hindi niyo na magawa Isa na lang sa maliit.
At saka alam mo ba, Ina, there's a saying na kung sa $10 nga hirap na hirap kang mag-put in, lalo na sa $1,000. So, start with something, you know? Like, kaya nga nung maliliit tayo, meron tayong alkansya, di ba? It's nice to have that habit or discipline. So, whatever you plant today, that's what you're going to harvest, right? So, plant. Start planting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Nako, that was very informative, Mahel. Maraming salamat. But I'm sure marami pa ring mga tanong ang mga makakanood nito. So you guys, if you do have questions, you can put them at the comment section below and we'll see. Hopefully we can answer them in another episode in the future with Mahel. Okay, thank you so much, Mahel.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, and we'll end this episode here. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!